Hi and welcome back. This is going to be another collection video. I normally do one at the beginning of each year, so I have a record of what my collections look like at the start and the end of each year. However, I'm doing one again in March due to some significant changes in the collection over the last sort of month or so. The biggest of which is the new Samsung 4K TV we have, which you can see here. The purchase of this has resulted in the need to reorganize the living room displays due to the removal of the old DVD cabinets with a new bookshelf, which is narrower than the two DVD shelves previously were, and the removal of the two slimline DVD CD shelves and replacement with one of the older shelves to create more space slash one unit rather than two. So here we are. This is the new TV, which is obviously in the center of our living room. This is connected up with the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S, and the Nintendo Switch, which obviously isn't currently in its docking case. You can also see here we have a few pops, and some ships on display. For the PlayStation 5, I currently have installed Horizon Forbidden West, which I'm absolutely loving. Fantastic game. GTA 5, which is the PS5 upgrade version. Not that I believe it's worth the £8 asking price, but I figured at £8 it was a lot better than 20 odd pound. Destiny 2 for PS5. The Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for the PS5, Cyberpunk 2077 for PS5, Jurassic World Evolution 2, Mortal Kombat 11, and the Ghostwire Prelude, all for the PS5, with finally the Batman Enemy Within for the PS4. Moving over to the DVD cabinet, and starting at the top, we have the Bond at 50 Blu-ray collection, followed by the Daniel Craig collection on 4K and the Matrix trilogy, the Ninja Turtles original 80s series in the Party Wagon Van box set, which is a US import, and the Transformers G1 collection in its tin, which remains one of my favourite all-time box sets for its presentation. The included features, the added materials inside the DVDs themselves, and obviously the tin, I think that's all been really well done. It's a fantastic set, and it's something you just don't see in collections anymore, which is a shame. Moving down, the DVDs are in alphabetical order primarily, and in franchise order. So where a series has multiple film shows, etc. within the franchise, these are all in chronological order. So, for example, we have the Arrowverse, and as you can see, after season 3 of the Arrow, we have the Flash, Arrow, etc. moving along, and these are in chronological order by the first crossover episode of the season. That way, it's the only way you can or I felt it could be really organized properly by season and still be in a chronological order rather than just series order. The one thing I do like with my collections, where for DVDs and things, where they are part of a wider franchise, that they are grouped together by their franchises rather than just on their own. So obviously here we have all of the Arrows, Flash, DC, Supergirl, moving on to Black Lightning, and even Batwoman down here. We then have my Alien franchise. So we've got the Alien Anthology box set, and then in this custom case I've got, we have the Blu-rays for Prometheus, Covenant, the AVP films, and the Predator films. So again, all franchise in one collection, near enough there together. We have Batman films, the recent Catwoman animated show film, DC Animated Universe films, DCU films, Doctor Who The Collection. Sony in the end of last year I decided to start purchasing Doctor Who on Blu-ray. I already owned the entire series on DVD, but with the added features and the upgraded material, it has been worth the switch to Blu-ray, although it's my intention to purchase the re-releases rather than the limited edition versions. Gotham, Harley Quinn, the deluxe edition of Horizon for PS5, with the art book, which I've yet to look at and don't intend to until I've completed the game. He-Man, Justice. Then we have the MCU collection in chronological order. Moving down, the rest of the MCU, Universal's Monsterverse, Mortal Kombat, Sony's Spider-Verse. With this and the X-Men films, which are at the bottom here, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with those in display purposes. With the MCU, with recent films all but confirming that these films are part of the MCU's multiverse, part of me feels they need to somehow be worked into my MCU display, but I haven't quite decided how that's going to work as yet. It's something I'm thinking about. Star Trek's, the recent Kelvin timeline 4Ks, then the Star Trek films series in chronological order as best as possible. So for example, while I realised that seasons of Next Gen interweaved with Deep Space Nine and subsequently Deep Space Nine and Voyager interweaved with each other, due to the box sets being either complete series, or their appearance just not working. The appearance and aesthetics wise for me, I feel that they've worked better grouped by their actual series rather than a full definitive chronological order. But equally, I have tried to retain them in chronological order as much as possible. So Enterprise at the beginning, Discovery, seasons 1 and 2, season 3 I do have, but it's at the end due to the time jump. Original series and the films, Next Gen and their films. Again, in theory I could separate those films out and have them interweave between the various DS9 Voyager seasons, but due to the slimline cases, they just doesn't work aesthetically. It looks odd, feels odd. So yeah, they're still grouped together. Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Lower Decks. First time I saw the Lower Decks, I didn't enjoy it. I recently rewatched it and thought it was brilliant, really funny series. I'm really enjoying season 2. It's just one of those shows I've had to watch a couple of times to actually get into. Picard season 1, and then the third season of Discovery at the very end due to its time jump. Thundercats, and then the Fox X-Men films, again in chronological order. And then at the very bottom, the Power Ranger movie pops. Above the TV we have the Game of Thrones canvas, and then moving along to the new bookcase, at the very top we have the Walking Dead limited edition Blu-ray sets. The colour tops figures we've got, you'll see in a minute from one of the other shelves. Then have a small Halo collection with the Halo 5 statues, plus the first wave of the Spartan collection. Moving down, we have Power Ranger display, or one of my Power Ranger displays. This is the two helmets and various morphers. So you can see the Pink Ranger helmet here, which is the newest edition. It's got one of the Q Ranger Q globes in the corner, with the MMPR morpher and Xionizers in the center. In the back is the Dino Fury morpher, Beast morpher, and the 2017 morpher. I can't say I particularly like the 2017 morpher, but it was in a set on eBay with the movie Megazord from 2017, which I really do like, and the movie Megazord was really cheap, so I essentially just count it as being included in that. In the back, if you can see it, we have the blaster and the Green Ranger dagger. Moving down to the next shelf, we have some statues and pops. So we've got Cyclops, Batman, Bombshell Harley Quinn, which I really like, although I'm not a particularly big Harley Quinn fan. Wonder Woman, just put the light on. Wonder Woman, Cyberman, Spider-Man. I have some pops. Most recent being the Mr. Freeze, which I think looks fantastic and is such an iconic role for Arnie. And then in the back, sorry because I'm not quite sure where else to put it at the moment due to space, we have the Q Ranger morpher. Moving down, we've got some dinosaurs with the two figures from Beasts of the Mesozoic and the Jurassic World Mosasaur. So what you'll see with not just the Mosasaur but some other figures throughout my collection. Recently I've made the decision that in addition to collecting whatever specific lines I'm actually collecting, if there's a figure I like the look of from a series or franchise that I'm not collecting, I'm not going to be put off in not buying it. The example being the Mosasaur here. I have absolutely no intention of collecting any of the Jurassic World toys at all, but I really loved the look of this Mosasaur, to the point that I absolutely had to have it in the collection, and I'm not disappointed by adding it. This is the re-release version, which is made out of recycled plastic, which I think is a really nice touch by Mattel, and has a wonderful paint job with the sort of deep marine blue, speckled with white bits throughout. Next shelf down, I'll just stand this up if I can. We have my Mcu Alien display. So here you can see we've got the Rhino Alien, big chap. Oh, that's fallen again. The Egg, Dog Alien, Xenodrone, Snake Alien, which is probably my favourite design out of all of the ones available. I think it's just a fantastically well done figure with some really nice detailed paint tabs, and the look of it is just, well, it's hard to use the word horrific in a good way, but yeah. Skyrim Dragon, again coming back to that idea of collecting figures from franchises which maybe I don't necessarily have a big attachment to, but really like one or two figures from. Mecha Predator, and then down here we have some other odd figures. So Godzilla 10-inch pop, some of the Motu pop can figures. While I've definitely gotten into Master of the Universe in recent months, I had no intention of collecting any of the pops or anything, but these two snake-eyed ones, while I have absolutely no idea who the characters are, I really do like the look of and had to have them in the collection. NECA's Cyberpunk 2077 figures. Mortal Kombat 11 Spawn. Again, I have no interest in Spawn as a franchise at all, but McFarlane's design for Spawn is just one of the best looking characters out there. And having a Spawn representation in my collection is something I've wanted for a really long time. So while this was the best I could do for now, it's not something I'm particularly disappointed in at all. I really like the look of this Mortal Kombat 11 version, and it's a really nice addition. NECA's Nathan Drake from Uncharted. Do feel the face sculpt's a little off on this, but other than that, it's a really nice figure. And then one of the dogs from Ghostbusters. Again, another franchise I don't have a huge attachment to, but I really did like the look of the Hellhound, or whatever they're called. Starting from the bottom this time, we have the reworked display shelves. In the corner here we have the Infinity Gauntlet. That's mostly there due to space, and I'm unsure where else to put it at the moment. Although if it's staying there, I would like some sort of stand or something for it so it stands up a bit. Bottom shelves are dedicated to various pops: Marvel, Big Bang Theory, X-Men, Fantastic Four. We have Digimon display here. NECA movie turtle figures, which a year on I still absolutely love in the collection. Ray and Ren's Jewel from Black Series display. This does have a stand which goes at the back and lights up, but it sadly won't fit in this alcove here. A small Pokemon display with base set Charizard and Lapras, with a Blastoise and Charizard on display. Colour Tops Walking Dead figures, as I previously mentioned. Further Pokemon display with some figures which have sadly knocked over. Group Pops. And Mortal Kombat 11, Sub-Zero and Shao Kahn 2-pack. Again, franchise I'm not massive on, but I really did like the look of these figures, and it's nice to have something like that represented in the collection. Then at the very top we have Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel statues, and a Groot. On the wall we have some framed Marvel comics. This Spider-Man here is the first, what I refer to as adult comics rather than your kids magazine style comics. So you can see I've had that since '96. And it has a particular place in my heart because it's one of the bits I got when I first started getting into Spider-Man as a kid. Game of Thrones canvas. Starting at the far end of the bedroom, we have my wife's group pops and group display with her recent editions of the Ghostbusters mini puffs, which she really likes. Some Walking Dead bits, John Barrowman signed canvas. Top of the wardrobe's various bits and pieces. We've got like the Turtles there, Godzilla, Alien Queen, Helicarrier Lego, some other Lego bits, Black Series Luke, some various bits and pieces up at the top there. Next to that we have two floating shells. Top one has the Marvel Legends villains. And DC figures. Down here's the Marvel Legends hero figures. I love having a Spider-Man Spider-Verse display. So all the Spider-Man figures have been ring-fenced separately. You can see we've got like the Cyborg Spider-Man, which feels a really nice homage to the Toy Biz figure. Really takes me back to my childhood. Recent edition of the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Costume I absolutely love the design of, and as controversial as it may be, I really liked Ben Reilly as a character and quite a bit of the Clone Saga stories. So it's great to finally have that represented in the collection. We've got a Miles Morales Spider-Man here next to a Gwen. I'd love to have some more Gwens and Miles in the Spider-Verse display, as they're both two characters I really do like. Then the Marvel Legends heroes together. Captain Carter, some Captain Marvels, Iron Man, Daredevil, various other figures here. Cyclops, which is probably my favourite X-Men character, and a costume design I particularly like. I really do like the laser blast effect on the character. Then Bedside Table we have Spider-Man lamp, Voltron pop, and Black Flag, getting tongue-tied there, sorry, Black Flag Edward Kenray from Assassin's Creed 4. This is a recent addition to the collection and something I was given for free from someone giving away on Facebook Marketplace. Assassin's Creed 4 remains my favourite Assassin's Creed game. So having that in the collection is something I really do cherish having. Back wall has various canvases on it, so we've got like the Amazing Spider-Man, Halo 2022 calendar, some Alex Ross Justice League art, another Amazing Spider-Man canvas, and Marvel's Big Three. The opposite wall is all of the main display in the bedroom. I'm going to start at the very bottom of the cabinet here, which has the remainder of my DVDs, etc., which are currently still in cases. So I've got various bits here, things like Transformers on 4K, the Star Wars films, all in chronological order, some miscellaneous 4Ks, various bits and pieces down here like The Walking Dead, Transformers, DC animated films. Moving up to the first shelf, we have some Doctor Who figures in the back, and then the Master Chief collection of Halo figures, or World of Halo, sorry. These figures I really like for their price point, sizing, the articulation and detailing is really on point for them. And it's such a shame that they're near impossible to buy in the UK now. Moving up, we've got some Transformers, which is the first of 3 shelves. On all 3 shelves I've tried to do as much of a Kombat display as I possibly can with the limited space. But you can see here we've got like Galvatron and Rodimus facing off, Nemesis Prime and Optimus, Megatron about to deliver the killing blow to Optimus, some other Transformer characters, various ones like Apeface and Shockwave. Second shelf has the knockoff Devastator, which in my opinion is actually a better figure than the Generations one, which was released some years ago now. And it does as a nice stand-in for Devastator. Have various Decepticons attacking. The Autobots. We've got characters like RC, Jazz, and Ratchet. We have the X-Men Transformer crossover character, which is a very nice figure. And then the Jetfire, which I was recently able to obtain second-hand, but as new, and for its original retail price, which I'm really happy about, as I regretted not picking that up in the original run. Up here we have Primal and Megatron facing off with Soundwave and Blaster. Starscream, which is the recent studio release with the crown and throne, etc. But I have other purposes for the throne at the moment, which you'll see shortly. My small Master of the Universe collection with a Rhino in the back. Both are franchises which I've strangely gotten into in the last few months. And it's nice to have a few bits representing those in the collection. Top shelf of this cabinet has my various Megazords and Sentai mechas, etc. etc. Got Voltron, Dino Fury, Mcu Ranger, and the 2017 Megazord, which I mentioned earlier. Moving down, we have the Lightning Collection villains, which are grouped together, and you can see I'm using Starscream's throne for Zed. While it would end up being a third release, I wouldn't say no to Hasbro releasing a Deluxe Lord Zed with an actual throne. And then we have some Lightning Collection Ranger figures with my Masked Rider and VR Trooper figures in the back. The VI Trooper figures were all mint on card for pretty much retail pricing, give or take. So it was such a fantastic deal to have those. But I'm not someone to have mint on card figures, and I much prefer having them out on display, as sacrilegious as that sounds to some people. With the Lightning Collection, I prefer the idea of all the Rangers coming together as one big team rather than the teams grouped together. So what I've tried to do is keep characters from each team apart and have them grouped more by their colours. So up here you've got one of each of the main colours, with each Ranger being from a different series. So you've got like black MMPR, but green SPD, blue in space, which is just one of the worst figures I've ever purchased, which you can see about in my other review video. Moving down, we have the second Lightning Collection figures display. Again, all the figures have been separated into different series. In the front row is literally red, alternate colour, red, alternate colour. And then the bottom shelf is the Black Series figures. And then on the floor I have my larger mechas / transformers. So we have the Ninja Steel Lion Fire Zord with my custom painted Megazord. We have the Arc figure, and Amiga Supreme and Black Zarek facing off. I absolutely love that Black Zarek figure, and it's a nice addition to have, especially since Scorponok pretty much came and went in the series in the UK. Bedside Table. And then what I put up today is an old bookcase with some more pops on it. Small little Star Wars display and some Star Trek ships. And that is, actually I'm going to add in the quick overview of the wardrobe with the book display. And this is the wardrobe, which has primarily the books I have out on display, so various coffee table books, some graphic novels, the entire Walking Dead series, some booster boxes for Digimon, some more random books and historic annuals, my Pokemon and Digimon TCG stuff, and then various graphic novels. And that is the updated tour for March 2022. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.